A very bruising week for Theresa May. You may have heard Grant Shapps was speaking just moments ago on this programme, saying the time has come to oust her. He says he's holding a list of 30-odd names to get rid of her. Would you be adding your name to the list, and if not, why?
Absolutely not. I think Theresa's been doing a great job this week. I think she's shown tremendous grit and grace, and I think that during the course of this week she's outlined plans to improve our NHS by making sure that we have thousands more nurses, to deal with the problems that we have in our housing market by helping more young people to get the home that they deserve, and also to deal with our broken energy market by having a price cap so that those people who remain loyal to energy companies don't get exploited because of their loyalty. Now, these are three concrete policies which reflect the way in which Theresa is making a difference every day in order to ensure that the lives of the majority of people in this country are better.
Unfortunately, Michael, that they are three policies that really got lost amongst all the other things that fell apart during the speech. Many things, of course, not Theresa May's fault, but they lay at the foot of her door because she was there, and so people aren't listening and aren't thinking about the policy she suggested, but they are saying, I'm not sure she's strong enough and I'm not sure she's stable enough to be our Prime Minister. And if, as you say, she is exactly the person, why is there this move? Why is Grant Shapps have a list of 30 people that are trying to oust her?
Well, however many people may be on whatever list, you know, we had more than 14 million people just a few months ago who voted for Theresa to be Prime Minister. We had seats like Mansfield, which have never been Conservative before, voting for Theresa. And I think that those 14 million people want us to get on with governing. And they want to ensure that, for example, and I know we'll talk about dealing with the ivory trade in due course, they want us to take the sorts of steps on animal welfare or in improving our environment that make a material difference. And I think the idea that because someone has a cold, that somehow disables them from leading the country is just silly.
So are they just troublemakers then, these people? If it's all as good as you say.
I'm not here to criticise anyone. I'm here to explain why I think the government, and in particular Theresa, are doing such a good job in so many areas. And I think that, you know, if others want to engage in personal stuff, that's fair enough. That's a matter for them. For me, the truly important thing is to reflect on the big challenges that we face. And, you know, for example, when it comes to making sure that we have a truly healthy planet. Earlier this week, we announced that we would have a trial of a deposit return scheme for plastic bottles in order to make sure that we did not have our oceans being choked by waste plastic. Now, for me, and again, it's perfectly open for people to disagree, it matters far more that we ensure that our seas and oceans are healthy than that we, you know, have another turn on the Westminster gossip carousel.
It's interesting because I think sort of listening to what you're saying, you feel like you're going to push on and Theresa May is absolutely the answer. Can you see Grant Shapps getting enough names to challenge her for the leadership? Do you think there's enough unrest within the party from the people you've spoken to that actually would add their names and weight to that? And then actually, would you quite like to see the leadership contest and see Theresa May come out on top again?
No, I don't think there's really any appetite for that. Certainly not in my experience. I've had lots of emails, letters, texts, telephone conversations with the people I represent in Surrey and friends more widely. And there's a pretty universal view that Theresa's done a great job this week, and that certainly there is a universal view that we should not have any of this leadership speculation. All the people I've been talking to, whether they're Conservatives or people who are ordinary citizens who don't have a strong political alignment, want us to get on with governing.
And you're getting on with being the Environment Secretary, and I'm sure you're very pleased to be back in the Cabinet, and I'm sure Theresa May's pleased that you're being very loyal this morning. There are people, though, that are saying that this is kind of a Remainer plot, that the people are stirring this up because they want to kind of kibosh the Brexit process. If that's the case, and if there is a leadership contest, would you throw your hat in the ring, if only for the sake of Brexit?
No, I think the Prime Minister's doing a fantastic job in shaping the right approach towards Brexit. I think the speech that she gave a fortnight ago in Florence outlined exactly the path we should take. That speech made it clear that we needed to have a sort of implementation period to make sure that we can get out of the European Union in an orderly and calm and purposeful way. And the whole of the Cabinet were united behind the vision that the Prime Minister outlined. So I think that the course that she set is absolutely the right one, and she's the right person to steer us towards the better, brighter future that awaits Britain outside the European Union.